Hey everyone, welcome to the Legend of Zelda walkthrough. Today we will be taking on the final dungeon, level 9. And we will be defeating Ganon, so let's finish this. First what you're going to want to do is head right, and then up 5, left, and up, and then you're going to want to cross the river, head up, and then head left 3. So, this dungeon is easily the hardest dungeon we will be facing in the game, and I hope you're prepared to take on lots of rooms with whiz robes and bubbles and like-likes. The like-likes are particularly dangerous because you do not want to lose your shield, because your magical shield, because it can deflect the whiz robe attacks. And even if you're pretty good at this game, maybe not if you're a master, obviously, some people can beat this game, you know, with minimal hearts and stuff, but even if you're pretty good, you probably want to get a Reb Potion. So I already have that taken care of, but where I've led you is the potion shop. Anyways, from the potion shop for this dungeon, just head right, and then you're going to want to bomb the left rock. This is Spectacle Rock, and it is where the final dungeon is. It's Death Mountain, and this is where Ganon lives, so bomb it and then head in. You might notice something new also. There's going to be a mini-map for this dungeon, just like there is in the overworld, except this mini-map is showing the path that I'm taking. There are many paths to this dungeon, but it's just in case you die, because you may die. I died a few times. It's a difficult dungeon, so first of all, you want to head up, and then in that room, if you didn't have the Triforce pieces, it wouldn't let you go through, but since we have them, you can head up again. Also, I will be going through this dungeon in a way, assuming you do not have any keys. So, if you have the magical key, there's one section where you can skip, and I'll have an annotation there, but otherwise, it's pretty much the same path, even if you have the magical key. So in this room, if you don't have the magical key, and you don't have any keys, kill all the enemies and grab the key, otherwise you can just head to the left. In here, there's a new enemy. These are Moldorms. They're basically, or these are Lanmolas, sorry, they're basically Moldorms though, so don't worry about them too much. Kill them, and then push the left block, and head down. So there's going to be multiple passageways like this that we're going to be going through. So first stop is to get one of the 2 dungeon items. When you go through the passage, watch out for the like-likes. You see I got eaten there, but I got out of it before he was able to take my shield. So be careful. This room can be kind of deadly to you. And then head to the right. Here, if you want the compass, bomb the bottom wall. Otherwise, you can just head right here. But I will be getting the compass because this is a 100% walkthrough. So you can bomb the bottom wall and head down. But if you don't think the compass is necessary, and really it's not that necessary, you can just head right here and skip forward a little bit in the video. Anyways, in this, you can just bomb the bottom wall and head down. In here, you're going to have to kill some whiz robes. So, defeat the whiz robes, and then you can grab the compass. So, whiz robes, again, the blue ones take a few more hits to defeat. It's 3 with the white sword. And the red ones just take 1 hit. The red ones will appear in random positions and then disappear. The blue ones will just walk around the room and shoot at you. They're very annoying and very difficult to kill. So, as you can see, I'm already taking a lot of damage. Luckily, we'll get an item in here that reduces the amount of damage that we take. Also, a lot of these rooms have bubbles, and if you can recall, bubbles will temporarily get rid of your ability to use your sword, which can be very life-threatening because whiz robes whiz robes are hard to kill without your sword. In here, there's a new enemy. This is kind of a mini-boss, Patra. In that room, you can just head down. There's 4 of them in the dungeon, and we'll only have to kill 3. That's one of the 4. In this room with all the little Zols, or gels, sorry, you can just bomb the right wall and head right. Here is the first Patra that we will have to kill. Well, if you want the map, that is. So to kill the Patra, basically what it does, what this one does, is shoot its little mini Patras out in a formation 3 times, and then they'll come into the circle. That's when you should go in and try to kill. You have to kill all the mini Patras before you can hit the main Patra head. Anyways, once you've grabbed the map, you can head up by bombing the top wall. In here, just do the same thing, bomb the top wall. You can avoid the enemies here. If you can avoid the enemies, they're kind of difficult to avoid because you've got likes, wizards, and bubbles. 1 bubble. But once you've head up here, you're going to have to kill all of the wizards. This room is quite deadly because there are 3 bubbles and a bunch of wizards that want to kill you. So you'll see I had to use my potion for the first time in this room just because it's a difficult room. But once you've defeated the wizards, you can push the far left block and then head down. Remember that bombs are sometimes effective against the blue wizards. Not so effective against the red ones because they appear and disappear, but bombs can be helpful if you get a lucky blast. However, I was running low on bombs, and so I did not want to use them. I would suggest coming into the dungeon with a full 16 bombs. And if you haven't gotten the bomb upgrades, definitely go back and get those. Let's see, it's level 6 and level 8, I believe. Anyways, head down here and we get the red ring, which will change your tunic to the red. It basically cuts damage you take by 1/4 of what your regular green tunic does. So from there you can head up and out, and then head down back to the room where we fought the Patra. So now, if you have the magical key, there's going to be an annotation here. You can skip this next part, but if you don't have any keys, you're going to want to bomb the bottom wall. In this room, if you're low on bombs, you can kill all the Vyres in here for some more bombs, which I highly suggest if you have as many bombs as I do in the video, which is what I did. Otherwise, you can just head down from here. So in this next room, there's going to be a key in the top right corner. Go ahead and grab that and then head down. Don't worry about killing the enemies. It's kind of a waste of your energy. That is if you can get out of the room. And here you're going to have to use your red candle and then kill the wizards for another key. And that is all the keys we need, really, for the dungeon, for the path that we're taking. So, even if you don't have the magical key, this dungeon is not so bad. So as you can see, I was utilizing that bomb tactic there. Although it didn't seem to be helping me that much. Maybe it's just the structure of the room, but... and the thing about wizards is you can't really use your stepladder as a defensive mechanism there either. But anyways, once you have those 2 keys that we picked up, head back up to the Patra room, and then you can head left, which is where the annotation would have taken you anyways, if you had the magical key. So now back in the room with the gels, you can kill them if you want, otherwise just head back up to the room where we first encountered Patra. In that room, again, you don't have to kill Patra, but if you're low on bombs, you can get some more from him. So, and this one's not that difficult to defeat if you just kind of hide in the corner and you know to wait 3 times of that burst. Then you can just kind of do what I'm doing and, you know, stand near his circle and just hit the little mini Patras, and he's pretty easy. Once he gets down, he also won't shoot out his Patras. So, from this room, though, you can head up. In here, there's going to be an old man who says go to the next room, but there aren't any doors. What do we do? Well, you can just bomb the left wall, and then, of course, head left. So it's a little tricky, yeah. He says go to the next room, but he doesn't really tell you, you know. First, you might think it's a mistranslation or something, but nope. You could just go to the next room. in here you're going to kill all the Wizrobes again, and then push the left block to reveal a passage. Again, I would advise using your bombs because this room's pretty open. It's a good place to use bombs. Also, I mean, I utilize my shield quite a bit, but I think I could have done a better job of it. So also make sure to remember that you do have a shield that will block their beams. So if you can utilize that, do it. Anyways, once you do that, you can head down the secret passage. Now we're going for the second dungeon item. Yeah, there's two, and this one is mandatory. You need this to defeat Ganon. So if you really wanted to, you could have skipped the red ring. But in this room now, you want to kill the Zols, although you don't really have to. But use one of those keys that we picked up and head left. Or if you have the magical key, obviously, you can just head left from there. In this room, there's just a bunch of keys, so you can kill them pretty easily. And then head to the left again. In this room, there's going to be another Patra. This one, he does a kind of a really cool motion for the NES. He'll do that about 3 times, and then you can do basically the same thing. They're a lot harder to hit when he does this, but it looks really cool for the NES. I have to give Nintendo props on that one. And so once you've defeated Patra here, you can push the left block and head down the staircase and through the secret passage. In here, you're gonna have to kill these Wizrobes later anyways, and not even in the far future, so might as well kill them now. Like I said, bombs are always helpful, but your sword's probably the best weapon to use to take them out. Then you can bomb the top wall and head up. And this next room is one of the most deadly rooms in the dungeon. It's basically a narrow passageway on the sides, and then there's kind of an open middle, but there are 3 bubbles in here that can really trap you when you're on the sides. And then there's also 2 orange Wizrobes, or 2 red Wizrobes, and 3 blue Wizrobes, and they will destroy you. So yeah, you're probably gonna have to use bombs at some point in this room, and I even had to use my second serving of potion in this room. Thank goodness for those 2 servings of potion, because I'm not good enough at this game to get through this dungeon without using both of those. So anyways, once you defeat them, you can push the block in the center on the right side. I guess strategies for this room, I would try to get to the middle and fight the Wizrobes there, because the bubbles are just going to completely take away the use of your sword if you're on the side. So anyways, you can head down and grab the second dungeon item, the mandatory one, the silver arrows. You're going to need this to deliver the final blow to Ganon, so if you don't have these, you won't be able to beat the game, so keep that in mind. Once you grab them, you can head down, and since we've already taken care of the Wizrobes down there, you can just push the left block and head back. Now there's nothing else for us to do in the dungeon but head straight for Ganon, so the rest of the dungeon is pretty tame compared to what we've been going through. So there's a few more rooms with Wizrobes, but it's not that bad. Anyways, head up. Avoid these legs here if you can, and then head up again. Otherwise, kill them. Just make sure you don't get your magical shield taken out just yet. You won't need it for Ganon, but there's still a couple rooms with Wizrobes that it's helpful to have. So in this room, you can pull out your red candle, light it up, and then just head up. And And then in this next room, it looks like there's sand. There's Wizrobes and legs here, and a bubble. Just bomb the left wall and then make your way left. Try and avoid the enemies as best you can so that you don't have to take as much damage. In this room, there's more Wizrobes, and then there's spike traps on the sides. This room can be kind of difficult to get through, but once you defeated the Wizrobes, you can push the left block, and then there will be a staircase that appears on the top right corner that you're going to want to lure the spike traps out of, obviously, to get to. So then you can head through the secret passage. This room, you're going to want to bomb the left wall and then head left, and then there's going to be some likes and souls in the next room that you're going to want to defeat, and then you can push the left block and head through the secret passage once more. We're very close to Ganon now. So one thing I want to mention is I did this minimap thing because, like I said at the beginning of the walkthrough, that I'm aiming this walkthrough more towards people like myself that aren't as good at the game as some other players that might do a walkthrough. And so this is because, in all honesty, if you're as good as I am at the game, you're probably going to die in this dungeon. And I want to make it, if you're playing along, easy to get through. Or easy to follow, at least as easy to follow as possible, so you can get back to where I am. You can pause the video and look at the map and see, oh, he went through this room, so I can go this way, you know. So that's why I did it. So hopefully it helps you guys. Let me know, give me some feedback on it, because I'll probably be doing similar things for the upcoming walkthroughs. So not exactly the same, but similar. Anyways, defeat Patra here, and then we just head up and we can defeat Ganon. So pull out your silver arrows. Ganon is actually a difficult final boss, so head up. You'll see the room is dark. You'll pull out the Triforce and Ganon will appear, and then he'll disappear and start shooting fireballs at you. So basically he will go around the room in a pattern. I would go towards the top of the room and just start swinging your sword wildly, walking back and forth. That's honestly what I did here. I didn't really follow the pattern that he was shooting in. I just got lucky and hit him. And really, that's my best advice for someone as skilled as me at this game. It worked, but after you hit him 4 times, you can shoot him with the silver arrows. And then you just head up. There's some flames you're going to want to get rid of, and you can head up to rescue Princess Zelda, but I will not show you the ending because, like all of my walkthroughs, that is not for you to see. Or that is for... what am I saying? That is for you to see when you beat the game. So, thanks everyone for watching. That is The Legend of Zelda. I will see you next time for my next project. And thanks again to everyone who has subscribed. Remember, if you like what you see, subscribe. I will... sorry it took so long for this one to get out. I haven't been feeling very well, and I started working too, so but I will see you next time for my next walkthrough. See you guys.